Stop waiting for a breakdown to step into your sovereignty. You don't need a rock bottom experience to wake up. But the reality is, life triggers shake a lot of people awake, myself included. Whether it's a divorce, a breakup, the loss of a loved one, the loss of your job, or even a health scare, these can serve as moments that we are not living in integrity with the life that we actually do desire. It's kind of like you are asleep and living on autopilot, and it's just not enjoyable. I remember I had this experience when my oldest daughter had to have surgery. And there is no such thing as a routine surgery, right? Every time you have to have surgery, it's scary. Also had this experience when I got divorced. So it's almost like this wake up call to your life. You start evaluating your life, you start evaluating your decisions, and you realize that I have not been living up to my highest potential, right? But again, you do not have to have these dramatic life changes to wake up and choose something different. I like to think of your life like a television. And just like a TV is programmed with a lot of different channels, right? And I don't know, even down to like the basic TV, cable, Roku, DirecTV, like whatever you have, there are already pre-programmed channels to that television or system or whatever, whatever system you have. Think of that as different versions of you. Like your body is the television and you have all of these channels programmed into you. I like to think of it as two main channels. There is the suppressed channel and the sovereign channel, right? The suppressed channel, those have programs that you can watch like fear, victim mentality, self-doubt, overthinking, unworthiness. And then your sovereign channel would have enjoyable channels like self-trust, joy, magnetism, peace, confidence, wholeness. We don't really need to fix the channel that we are on. We just need to change the channel. A lot of times we don't like the channel we're on, and we do things like we complain about the program, we will make comments on it, we'll say, I don't know why they don't change this. We complain about the show, we make negative commentary, we know the order of the shows, we may have even analyzed the lines of the show, and we even know by heart some of the lines from that channel, right? But we don't change the channel. The truth is, some people are not willing to do what it takes to change the channel. Stay with me here. Stay with me. They wait for external change. They wait for the TV to automatically change, which that's not going to happen. They wait for somebody else to come in a room to change it. And then you're dependent upon someone else coming in the room, which is an external change. I like to call this a win-then. When I lose weight, then I'll buy some cute clothes. When I make more money, then I'll start saving. When he gets his act right, then I'll be okay. And as long as you keep waiting for external changes to happen, you're dependent on that. And you're a slave to external circumstances. And that's not sovereignty at all. You have the ability to change the channel. Now, maybe it's going to take some work. Maybe you have to find the remote. You got to do some digging to find the remote. The remote is in the couch. Maybe the remote doesn't have batteries. You got to go find some batteries. You don't have batteries. You have to go to the store and get some batteries. So that's going to take effort. Maybe you need some, you can tell my age here. Maybe you need some pliers to change that channel. Y'all remember those days? Maybe you need some pliers to change that channel and you don't know where your toolbox is. My point here is that it takes effort on your part to change the channel. Once you change the channel by doing your part, then that's when you'll see a different program. But again, a lot of times we get stuck in the drama of the program that we're on, we complain, and we habitually stay on that channel in that program. You know how it is. You have your favorite shows or your favorite channels that you automatically know the numbers to, and maybe you even have them programmed into your remote. But again, these are habits. This is something that is habitual, and so you have to consider the channel range even that you're stuck in. I remember back in the day when I did have cable. I don't have cable now, but you had your like channel groups. You had your sports channels with like ESPN and I don't know, like CVS Sports and all those other channels. Then you had your Lifetime channels, your drama channels. You had your horror movie channels. You had your music channels like BET, MTV, VH1. I'm telling my age now, but we have our programs that we are familiar with the program. I remember what programs would come on as soon as I got home from school. At the same time, everything that you experience is a part of a program. If you don't like the show you're watching, you have to change the channel and you have to stop playing an active part in that. So I'm gonna give you 3 ways before I go on how to change your channel. The first thing is you need to tune into a desired channel. You need to choose a new identity. And I call this the sovereign woman. She gets to decide who she is and what kind of life she is going to live. And again, just like all of the channels that are programmed into the television, she already lives within you. She already exists. So what's her energy like? What does she believe? What are her boundaries? How does she walk? What does she wear? What is her speech like? What does she smell like? I like to think of it like that. I don't know what it is, but it was a red toy that we used to look into when we were kids, and you would flick the thing, you would put a little disc in there, and it had a whole bunch of images, and you would flip it and see a bunch of different images, right? And if you didn't like that image, you would flick it to the next one, flick it to the next one. Somebody, please put in the comments the name of that toy because I cannot think of it. But anyway, even a kid is not going to look at an image that they don't like. They're going to just switch to a new picture. So you have to tune into her channel. You have to tune into the sovereign woman's channel. Now, again, there are a bunch of different programs running on that channel, but you get to choose and decide what you like and what you desire. It's your TV. You get to decide what gets pre-programmed into the remote. What are your favorite channels? This is your remote after all. It's your TV. The second thing is you need to drop the old signal. Stop reinforcing the past version of you. Stop watching reruns of a life that you don't want. I know because I've done it before. You play those old memories in the past. You replay those tapes in your mind of how you've been wrong, all of the awful things that have happened to you, the resentments that you have buried. If you want a new life, you've got to switch your soundtrack. You've got to change the channel. The program's not going to change. And that's how we get stuck on those channels that don't serve us. And they eat away at our souls. And then we have this rock bottom experience where we realize that this is not the life that we desire. By the way, I have created something I call the Sovereign Self Audit, and it's completely free. It's a powerful assessment where you can be honest with yourself about the channel that you've been on and decide what channel you want to be on. You'll find the link in the description of this video. All right, so we have tune into her channel, drop the old signal, because sometimes that other signal tries to come in, right? But we have to tune back into where we want to be. The third thing is be her now. Don't wait for proof. Be her now. Make a decision. Don't wait for somebody else to come change the channel. Don't depend on somebody else to change the channel. If you need to take a trip to the store, do what's necessary to change the channel. You cannot wait for externals to change. You have to be the change that you want to see. It starts in you. It starts with you. It starts with your decisions. It starts with your actions. And if you want to get on what I call the fast track to this, there are 4 things that you have to consider. And I use the word fast, F-A-S-T. This woman, the sovereign woman, I call her the F. What feelings would she feel? How would she act? What words would she speak? And what thoughts would she think? That's the type of energy that puts you in the embodiment of the sovereign version of yourself. You have to get into the energy of her. Think about children when they are playing pretend, and I know people say like act as if, and yes, that's good. But even better is to just be it. When a child, say a child is pretending to be a butterfly, a child is not acting like a butterfly. A child actually is a butterfly, and they will go around and they will do everything that a butterfly does based on their perception, right? They'll do everything a butterfly does. So this is not an act. You have to continually be until you become that person. It takes micro decisions, like little teeny tiny habits. You can literally shift all day. If that channel goes back to the default channel, change it back, change it back, change it back, change it back. And you will be until you become that old identity, that old channel. It is going to creep up, and you have to reinforce who you are. And that's the work right there. You are holding the remote. Nobody's coming to change the channel for you. Wholeness is not on the other side of pain, but it is on the other side of your decision.